As every pregnant mother nears her third trimester and the time for labor and delivery comes near, she is advised to prepare a labor bag or a hospital bag. In this video, let us discuss what all things should be put in that hospital bag or that delivery bag so that your stay at the hospital can be smooth. So let us begin from the home, from where you will start, and go through each step that you will be going through to review all the things that you're going to need. So typically you are going to leave for the hospital when it's time and when you feel that your labor pain or the contractions have begun. So at the time of stepping out of the house, make sure that any expensive jewelry that you're wearing, leave it back at home, because otherwise in the hospital they'll hand it over to your husband or to your partner, and they'll have to find a space to keep it safely. The second thing to keep in mind is if you are going to be traveling by car to the hospital, carry a small pillow with you to keep in front of your belly. That will add to your comfort, to your safety. In case there are any sudden jerks while going to the hospital, your belly would be protected. When you reach the hospital and you'll be headed directly to the labor room in all likelihood, your husband or your birth partner would be required to go through the admission process at the hospital. So make sure that there is one file in which you have put up all your essential documents that will be required for the admission process. So this file should definitely be at the top of your labor bag. So once you reach the labor room, you will be required to change into something which will be more comfortable and easy to go through the labor and the delivery process in. Most hospitals these days will be providing you with this piece of garment. But just in case your hospital doesn't provide you with the maternity wear, make sure you carry some loose gowns or clothings with you for yourself. Some other things which are very useful but very small to keep in mind is that carry multiple rubber bands or clips with you to tie your hair back. This will be very helpful. If you have your hair open and messy during the labor process, you're not going to like it yourself. So make sure that you have some rubber bands to tie your hair back. Another very simple thing to keep with you, because irrespective of the season in which you are going through your labor in, your feet tend to get very cold. So make sure you carry a few pairs of socks with you. Just in case one pair gets wet, you should have some more with you. Do remember that every woman spends the early part of labor. This is the part, especially if this is going to be your first delivery. The early or the first stage of labor is a long process wherein you and your doctor will be waiting for your cervix to open up. And in this period, contractions will come and go. So you will be spending a good chunk of your time in labor room going through these contractions. And here are some things that you need to keep in mind for these. One is that as soon as your labor begins till the point that you deliver and a little bit later, you will not be allowed to eat anything. But it will be possible for you to drink liquids. In case you feel your mouth is getting very dry, it will be very handy to keep some soft candy which can just be sucked on. So do keep a set of such candies or some glucose powder with you for these moments. Additionally, if your hospital is not providing you with a labor ball, you can carry one with you. Similarly, a hot water bottle can be very useful if your hospital is not going to provide it. It will benefit you to carry one with you. A lot of hospitals today do provide hot water bottles as well as labor balls. But in case your hospital doesn't provide you one, make sure that you can carry at least a hot water bottle in your labor bag to be used later on. So as you're going through your labor pains or your contractions, having a stopwatch or a contraction timing app in your phone will come in very handy. Since you will be using your phone for a lot of other distractions also, it will be useful to remember to keep your earphones as well as your phone chargers with you. Additionally, even though most hospitals today will provide with a hot water bottle and a labor ball, just in case your hospital doesn't, it will be useful to carry at least one hot water bottle with you. You tend to breathe a lot with your mouth during labor, so a lip balm would also come in handy, and so does a hand fan. Another thing to keep in your hospital bag or labor bag would be a set of clothes for your newborn baby. As soon as you deliver your baby, the hospital will ask you for these pieces of clothing and you should be carrying them with you. If you have preference for a particular type of sanitary napkin or maternity napkin, make sure you carry your own, because the hospital is most likely going to provide you cotton with gauze. So maternity sanitary pads should be another thing which should be on your list. Once you have delivered your baby and you are in your recovery room, if an episiotomy has been given to you, it will come in very handy to carry a urination funnel like Peabody with you, as it will really ease those early moments of discomfort that urination with episiotomy causes. So make sure that a Peabody is definitely there in your list of items to put in your labor bag.